To get to the script, I will get to my text editor, which is Vim. Right here, I imported HashLib. HashLib is a module that implements a common interface to many different secure hash and message digest algorithms. I didn't use Beautiful Soup because I wasn't able to get it to work, and I've used this one before. Next, I imported these modules here. HMAC, which is keyed hashing for message authentication. sys, which is system-specific parameters and functions. URL lib2, which is a library for opening URLs. String, which is common string operations. Getop, which is C-style parser for command line options. HTTP lib2, which is a comprehensive HTTP library. So here we will generate a request to the target application and then parse the response for a valid cookie. So we have def wp request cookie value, which means define the WordPress request cookie value. Then we'll request to open http 127.0.0.1 WordPress WP admin, which is the URL that we're attacking, and we're saying if we get in, if there's a welcome in the page, print hit, and if not, print false. So saying if we do get in by attacking the cookie and we get to the welcome page, print hit on the one that got us in, and if the cookie doesn't get us in, print false. Next, this part generates a WordPress hash as the WordPress site does. So I have defined WP hash, and that is data, key, and salt. Salt equals the key plus salt, and then hash equals hmac new, which returns a new hmac object, and then salt data hashlib.md5.hex digest, which calculates a MD5 digest, and then we'll return the hash. So next we have the part where we generate the password fragments. So we have define generate password fragments. So we have, you'll see base equals PCI. PCI was the base for my password. So I got that from Burp Suite by sending in a response. So we'll have the first part's lower letters, which will go through A through Z lowercase. The next is upper letters, which will go capital A through capital Z. And then the third part is not letters, which will go from numbers 0 to 9. And then it will also have a result append of period and /. And then at the bottom we have password equals hashlib.md5, which will have it calculate as an MD5 hash, and then password update, which is where I got admin PCIT from Burp Suite, and then it'll test equals password hex digest, which will calculate the MD5 digest, and then test equals str test, which means it will return a string version of the object, and then we'll return that result. After generating the password fragments, we will then generate and test all the possible authorization cookies for the given user. So we'll define attack with username, expiration, frag array, key, salt, and target. Then have scheme equal auth, which is the default authorization scheme for WordPress. And then we'll have it print the frag array. Then we take the cookie ID, which I got mine from Burp Suite, from passing the response, and then we set the loop counter. Then we loop through all of the password fragments and build the authorization cookie. So for frag in the frag array, and then where I have commented out frag equals PCIT, that is mine, and when we get that we will generate a hit message. So we'll have it print key, salt, frag, pipe, and expiration, and then I set it up for temp key, temporary key, which equaled hmac new, which is key plus salt, username plus frag plus pipe plus expiration, then hashlib.md5, and then hex digest to calculate the MD5 digest. And then I had it hash the hmac new, and then inside that I had my temp key with the username plus pipeline plus expiration hash lib, and to get the MD5 digest. Then I have cookie, which equals cookie ID plus admin %7c. Admin is my username, and the %7c is what I got from Burp Suite, plus expiration plus %7c plus hash with the semicolon, and then WP request, which will test the cookie, and that will increment with plus equal 1, and plus equal will call the iadd method forward, and then after the attack is complete, it will print the attack has been completed. Finally, we define the main argument, which is username equals admin, which is my username, password frag is blank, expiration, which is the expiration date of January 1st, 2020. The key, which is my auth key, and salt, my auth salt. I had to change those both in my WP config file, and then when I changed them in there, I added it here. The target, which is HTTP localhost WordPress, and then I had passfrag equal generate password fragments, and the attack have or include username, expiration, passfrag, key, salt, and target. We will then exit to the terminal, then run Python, and then the name of the script, which mine is genauth cookie test, and then it'll print out all of the attempted password fragment cracks. Up there you'll see it goes PCIA, PCIB, all lowercase, and I'll go through the uppercase as it's shown highlighted here, and then it'll print off each individual attempt as like my auth key, my auth salt, PCIA, and then you'll see that it says false, which means they didn't work. And as I scroll down here, we'll get to mine, which was PCIT, and it'll say hit. Oh, there, yep, hit, which means I got in and that the script worked.